Coming to you from Rochester, New York, home of the Lilac Festival, Strong Museum of Play, and the National Tech Institute for the Deaf. Your one-stop shop for everything nerdy and geeky. Here's FC3 Monkey Business, starring your hosts, Tanya Metris, Chris Frank, and Billy Dietor. Coming at you in the latest 4D technology, here's your host, Chris Frank.
You can hear her, like, trying not to laugh at the end of that.
Trying to not giggle. Happy episode 127, kids.
Woohoo!
Can't believe we've been at this. 127 of them. That's amazing.
Call me when we're at 200.
We're getting there. We're getting there. I'm predicting that'll probably
73 to go.
73 to go. I'm predicting we'll probably be there somewhere in late 2020.
We're in phase 4?
We're not in phase 4 yet. We're still in season 3. We're normal. We have seasons, not phases.
Oh, okay.
We're the Fantastic Four.
Yes, we are. Today we're 4 of us. We have a Tony, we have a Tanya, we have a me, we have a Billy.
Hey.
A Billy Dietor.
Billy Dietor.
I've had my name pronounced so many ways. They could, any and all of them are correct.
As long as they don't call you late for dinner.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll still show up.
Yeah, just late.
Just late.
That's it.
Hopefully leftovers.
Yeah.
Always.
I like leftovers.
So, happy end of July, people.
Happy end of July.
I can't believe the summer's already halfway over. It's amazing.
Good.
Just a piece of business, dear listener. The next couple of weeks are going to be very devoid of monkey business because we're taking a couple weeks break.
Couple hiatus.
Mid-season hiatus. We're all doing vacations and stuff like that. So you will not be hearing us for the next couple of weeks. But we'll be picking back up, let's see, at the 4th.
Which is going to make 200 further away.
Only by a couple of weeks, though.
Oh, I stink going away.
No, we
Let's
still love
see. We're off the 7th and the 14th, so we'll be returning August 21st.
August 21st. We'll be back right as rain on the 21st.
So does that mean, are we taking our Labor Day vacation and starting season 4 after it? Or do we take our vacation now and start season 4 before Labor Day?
I'm playing that one by ear. I'll decide during the break. I'll get it all planned out since I'm kind of the producer of the show at the moment. So I'm working on that. All these
This would
details.
be like a natural because we're off for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it'd be a thing. So that's a possibility. So the end of season 3 will be the tail end of August. And then we'll be taking another short break as we get ready for season 4. How's that sound? That a good plan? That's a good plan.
Sure.
I like that's a plan. And then we're going to change it. We are going into phase 4 because why not? Why not? And we're going to be...
we're going to go phase 4.
We're going to go phase 4, and during phase 4, we're introducing our new superhero, non-fireable Tony.
What? I'm being replaced?
No, you're not being hired back.
Non-fireable.
You're just not being hired back. That's why.
And there's no union, so
There's no union in this one.
Uh-oh.
I know. As a union man, that's kind of funny for me to say. But anyway. So how's everybody doing this week? We survived the heat wave of 2020 or 2019, whatever the hell year it is right now.
I'm doing pretty well. My niece just had her first birthday.
Congratulations, niece.
And I'm still looking for a car.
Really?
So, yeah.
Ooh, that's gone on for a little bit now.
So's Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I just had mine repaired. Thank you very much.
I take the city bus. Once again, a plug for our
RTS for the win.
Yes.
We'll
And
get
they
you
have
there.
multiple of those in case one has issues.
Yeah.
Isn't their slogan, we'll get you there? Isn't that what it is? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Something
And
like
like
that.
I also have a wife who'll get me places.
See, there you go. And we give you rides.
And Tanya's and Chris's.
Yeah. So, all right. And nothing new, Tanya?
No, I'm just tired.
It's been a weird kind of summer for that.
I think that heat wave that we had just like sapped my strength
Okay.
because it's just been like so hot and you just don't want to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So
Note to self, heat is Tanya kryptonite.
There it is, apparently.
See, why do people like the summer?
I like the summer because of the severe lack of snow. I think what it is. And for me, the perfect part of summer is when it's like mid-70s, late 70s, early 80s at tops, when the humidity is down kind of at like a more manageable level.
That's why
Like
September
10%.
may be the best month of the year.
I'm with it. September's good.
we've had some heat waves in September too.
Yeah.
We have,
true.
but
I don't think-
June and September tend to be
Yeah.
pretty good. July and August are always a crapshoot.
Honestly, I prefer like the spring months because they're the perfect like low humidity and
We still can get snow.
that's true.
My favorite time of year is autumn, really, to be honest. But I always like not having to shovel and not having to hide in air conditioning.
The
so
joke in my
somewhere in the
house
balance.
is when the song "That's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year" comes on. You think it's like Christmas, but it's actually going back to school. And it's the Staples commercial.
I was in Target last week picking
All
up
the
a couple of
school
things.
supplies are
All the
yeah.
school supplies are up, and I remember looking at one of the Target employees and going, "This is what Christmas in October looks like."
Yeah.
I'm not ready for this.
Well, you can't even go and get like swimsuits and sandals and and shorts and things like that because all the pants and the school stuff is already out for September. We're like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's right. I actually have to stop at Staples and start getting stuff for school.
They're having their 50-cent sale
right now.
I think so.
Okay.
Where there's deals on everything.
Okay.
Yeah, I still have a back-to-school situation at home. Both of the kids. One's going into college. Oh, my God. The other one's going into his junior year of high school. Oh, I'm old. Anyway, good Lord. It's amazing.
I was going to be a 6th grader and a third-year college student.
I thought you were going to say a 6th grader and a 4th grader. I just...
No.
Sometimes it feels that way, though.
Sometimes. So what are we talking about today?
Pets and animals in nerd culture.
All right, so Krypto, the Wonder Dog, and
yeah, we're having discussion. Are they pets? Are they animal companions? Are they sidekicks? Are they
their own
hero
superheroes
support?
in their own right?
I think in a couple of cases they probably are.
And I kind of was thinking of Sky High. Are they sidekicks or hero support? That type
Hero
of thing.
support.
Hero support. So,
all right.
But it was all brought on a couple weeks ago when we were at your house doing that multimedia meeting, and Juno was running around the house trying to figure out which human she wants to go hang out with, and
then I blurred out, "Hey, why don't we do an episode on superhero pets?"
She's seriously a character all to herself.
Billy was mentioning something about animals and comic books. I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to go to everybody else because
But I'm not just in comic books,
right.
though.
So that's when we went to nerd culture.
Science fiction.
Yeah.
There's I'm curious. I have some questions about
Okay.
some things that you're interested in. If animals and pets exist. And other aspects of nerd culture.
I'm telling you, I'm flying by the seat of my pants on this one. This is
going to be a discussion.
This is delving into something I'm not as 100% familiar with. So it should be a lot of fun. That'll be a couple breaks away. So we're ready to take our first break of the day.
Yep.
And then when we come back, we got a
be
couple of things to talk about, and then we'll get ready to jump into the discussion.
And as long as we were talking about the seasons changing, meeting Isla Schlesinger.
Nice.
That is what I like to hear. That is the lady cheer. Woo! Sounds like more of a mating call at this point, but woo! It's the girl cheer. It's what girls do to let you know we're here, we're ready to go. You having fun? Happy to be here? Where'd you go to school? USC? How many Trojans? Where? It's like, ma'am, this is a job interview. Why don't you put your shirt down? I'm so excited. I love New York City. I love being here, and I love that it's cold here. That too. I love that it's cold here. I love season changes. One of my biggest pet peeves, though, is people who act like because they're from somewhere cold that they don't get cold.
Yeah.
I was in New York last Christmas. It's snowing. There's a guy in a T-shirt. I'm like, dude, aren't you cold? No, I'm from New York. I don't get cold. Just because you're from a cold place doesn't mean you're genetically predisposed to not feeling cold. You're not a penguin. I was like, in fact, sir, you're Puerto Rican, so if anything, you should be more cold.
When I was in college at St. John Fisher, I was a classmate, this kid Herb. He was from Salamanca, and he would invariably, every winter, be walking around campus in cargo shorts and sneakers with no socks.
I've done that.
And it's like, dude. Anyway, I was cold just looking at him. How we doing, guys?
Doing swell.
Good. We had MiniCon. We had cosplay karaoke last week. That was cool.
And I conned Chris into wearing that Wonder Woman costume.
Yeah, sure you didn't.
It's still in your dreams.
Which is a scary thought. Yeah. But we're still keeping going with events. We still have stuff going on. Tuesdays at the 585 Rockin' Burger Bar on Pixley Road. We're still doing our game nights, adult game nights and board game nights, and I think actually...
Yeah, we just had our adult game
Yeah, we
night.
just had that, and that was bizarre. And then we had a lot of people... we were kind of saw ears perking up when I mentioned I might even get a D&D game going on a Tuesday night there.
Yeah.
Which
and I'm thinking that we were talking about kind of changing things up for game nights.
we've been talking about it. So as we learn, as we change, as we grow and evolve, we will be letting you guys know, as always, to keep you posted. And it will be happening. A lot of those notifications will be happening right here in this particular block of the podcast.
And if not here, it'll be on Monday nights on Nerd World News.
On Nerd World News or on our Facebook. I'm wearing my Nerd World News T-shirt again.
Yeah, that's 2 weeks in a row.
I'm telling you, it's almost like I'm addicted to my own stuff.
And you're going to wear it on Monday, I'm assuming.
I'm probably going to. I'm wearing it on Monday, just to show it off. It's kind of a thing. So anyway, so yes, keep an eye on things. We'll be doing more events in the future. I believe there's another mini-con in the horizon sometime deep in the fall, deep in the autumn.
Potentially.
And then some news about the 2020 Big Show should be coming up in the very near future as well.
Potentially.
Because we've been doing some research on that. So as always, Facebook, Nerd World News, and block number 2 of your beloved Monkey Business podcast. Keep your ear out here. We're going to take another quick break. When we come back, pets, sidekicks, companions, critters, plenty. Oh my, lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my.
Oh my. All coming at you in the next segment.
What are you talking about?
Tony meowing. I was also thinking Chris has to stop watching baseball because the Yankees are getting clobbered.
I'm okay with this.
My dad's not.
We got a first pet from Woolworths. We got turtles, about this big. Cost 29 cents. My cheap father, man. Bring it home, lived about 10 minutes. 7 years old, heartbroken. Dad. Myrtle's dead. My father's cheap, didn't care, so that's okay. Now she's a frisbee.
That's wrong.
She was a pet, now she's a toy. You see, son, that's called recycling. Now go get your toy. Woolworths, man, they had animals in Woolworths, y'all. Animals, but they are on sale because there's something wrong with them. You know, they're like used pets. They have one-eyed gerbils in there. How you doing? Some nasty, raggedy birds in Woolworths, boy. Remember them birds in there? Pigeons look through the window and go, ew. 4 birds, 1 feather. And they all got asthma. They have fish in there, can't swim, holding on to the edge.
Comedian Wally Collins.
That was amazing. All right, so the critters in nerd culture. Most heroes have that one iconic pet. You know, like Superman had Krypto the dog or Superboy.
Yep.
And they just recently introduced Krypto in Titans, I think it was. I remember hearing a blurb where they saw the dog before they've met Superboy. Or something along those lines. I don't remember. But Krypto the dog, Brain from Inspector Gadget. You know where I was going with that.
Ace the Bat Hound.
There's that. Dino
Nice. Blue Falcons.
There you go.
Robot companion.
There it is.
Dog.
And there's villain pets like Dexter the...
There we go. Let's see. Who else? Is Scooby a companion or is he a main character?
I would consider him the main character.
He's the main character of the Scooby-Doo mystery since it's titled after him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was one of the top 10 awesome dogs in geek culture.
Okay.
He was one of the top 10.
Top 10 awesome dogs in geek culture.
There was Einstein.
Uh-huh.
The sheepdog from Back to the Future.
Okay.
Okay.
Who really didn't do that much.
No. Brain.
Although he was the first one to travel through time, if you think
That's
about
true.
it.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about K9?
Well, in the
in
Back
the
to the
movie.
Future series.
Okay.
Okay.
There's Brain.
Brain.
Of course, we talked about.
Uh-huh. K9.
Courage from Courage the Cowardly Dog.
I
very
love
cool.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Scooby-Doo is perhaps the most chicken-hearted yet loyal dog ever.
Mm-hmm.
He's helped solve more mysteries and eat more jars of hot peppers than any of the 3 other sleuths put together.
I would
Yes.
I would consider Scooby the main character and Scrappy the pet.
Okay.
Scrappy's
works.
just whiny.
Well, yeah.
And let's not even bring up Dummy Do.
And then Krypto. Doug from Up.
Oh, I just
God.
met you, and I love you.
I think you squirrel.
I do not like the cone of shame.
And then K9 was talking
K9
about.
from Doctor Who. Yeah. What are some of the other critters out
Does
there?
anyone else find it odd that Mickey Mouse, who is an animal, owns a dog?
Oh,
And yet Goofy is like a people dog.
Yes.
There's pet dog Pluto and people dog Goofy.
Is Goofy a dog or is he a cow? I thought he was a cow.
No,
or was he
Goofy.
dating a cow?
He
Goofy's
was
a
dating
dog.
a cow.
He's dating a cow.
Yeah.
I can't keep it straight.
Gosh.
Gorsh.
Now, I'm on a different one. It says the 15 most lovable pets in TV history. So now we're like, whatever.
John Wick's dog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
John Wick's
So
dogs.
one I didn't think of, Azrael from the Smurfs.
Okay.
Oh,
That
sure.
were
The cat.
always trying to get the Smurfs.
I feel like Dexter is based off of Azrael.
Oh, jeez.
Salem from Sabrina the
Okay.
Teenage Witch.
Okay.
That kind of made the original show.
Right.
It's just his
The
one
cat.
line, the cat.
It was one-liners.
Yeah.
I never really got too much further into the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I want to go back to that series and watch it again.
The second season I feel is a little unwatchable in my opinion.
Yeah.
Really, I haven't gotten to it. That's interesting.
Oh, in that case, sorry, never mind.
No, it's good to know actually
Yeah.
because for some reason I'm not drawn to it and the different
It's
all this stuff to watch.
It delves way deeper into the whole satanic thing, and that to me just made it unwatchable.
Got it.
One I think Billy would know is Gleek.
Oh, Gleek from the
the
Wonder
Hercules.
Twins.
Oh, the
No,
Wonder
Wonder Twins.
Twins.
Zane
Twins.
and,
Okay.
Zan and
Jane
Jaina.
is Monkey.
Oh, that's right.
Brother-sister team of superheroes from the planet Exor.
Yeah, you have a current comic book that's very entertaining.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
The
Now,
Wonder Twins. Go ahead.
my question is, and this isn't superhero, but in Tom and Jerry cartoons or Herman and Catnip or whatever, how come the mouse is always the good guy? Wouldn't you want your cat to get the mouse? I consider Tom the hero of Tom and Jerry cartoons.
I did not know that question was coming, so I'm shooting from the hip right here, and I'm saying that I think it appeals to the American sensibility of rooting for the underdog, and outsmarting the bully.
But still, the rare times a dog shows up and punches Tom in the face, like Spike the Bulldog. That would make Tom the underdog, but people still get happy when Spike the Bulldog would punch Tom in the face.
Well, it didn't happen all the time. It wasn't every episode that Spike would show up. I mean, it was still Tom and Jerry. It wasn't Spike and Tom and Jerry. It was Tom and Jerry. And so it's this eternal battle between cat and mouse, the eternal cat and mouse game, literally being played out in a cartoon. And so they've crafted Jerry to be this sympathetic figure.
Because Tom always wants to hurt the mouse with something.
And the mouse just wants to go about his business.
His job is to catch mice in the house.
Catch mice.
If a mouse shows up
Not to become
in
a
your
sandwich.
house, if a mouse shows up in your
I'd be
house,
screeching.
wouldn't you want Tom to catch it?
Oh, there is a mouse in my house right now. As a matter of fact, the little bastard ran right past Juno the other day, and she just watched him go.
And you wish you had Tom the cat, except smarter.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think it's just how, as Chris said, it's how they're portrayed.
Mm-hmm. I think
I
so.
don't know. My kid loves watching Tom and Jerry cartoons. So
do I.
But I like Nibbles, who would
Nibbles?
Jerry's nephew.
Oh, I see.
That would always
The little gray mouse.
the little gray mouse. That it was like the 4th of July episode that he was always like Independence Day. He was like pulling out firecrackers and little TNT things out of his diaper and stuff as he was whatever. And Jerry's like no, and he's going to put it out because he wants to make them be safe and things like that. And
Jerry never spoke, though, did he? He was like, it's like Penn and Teller. He was Teller.
There was like sound effects where he makes vocalizations, but no actual
No words.
I know Tom spoke.
Once in a while.
Yeah. He would sing "Is you
Buenos
as you ain't my
dias,
baby."
señorita.
So some of the other critters out there, we want to focus on what other critters are out there that got our attention?
Are there pets in Dungeons and Dragons?
Yes, it's possible.
It's called an animal companion.
Yeah, Rangers and Druids get them, but it has always been the case.
Wizards can have familiars.
Wizards can have familiars. And then there's always been some sort of rule to have pets, because I know Ian has always tried to have a dog. You know, he's always getting a dog whenever we play D&D. But yeah, Rangers have animal companions, and Druids can do that as well. And then, like she was saying, Wizards can get their animal familiars. They give them extra bonuses.
I have the rest of the
and
party
stuff.
as my pets. So
yeah, that's the thing.
Would you in Harry Potter? Would you consider Sirius Black and
Remus Lupin?
No, not Remus. The other one, the one that would turn into a rat.
Peter Pettigrew.
Peter Pettigrew. Would you consider them animals, or would you consider them people?
Well, they're people that can turn themselves into
Shapeshifters.
animals. They're animagus is the Potterverse term for it. Animagus. It's just basically that's working magic to create themselves into shapeshift. But no, I wouldn't consider them animals. Just
or would you consider the two forms separate
separate.
or together?
I don't understand where you're going with that. I think I got to say.
I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with
All right, you're fired.
Okay.
All right, moving on. I mean, in the Harry Potter verse, they each have their owls and their cats and their toads and things like that. So you have that tip of the hat to the whole wizard's familiar thing going on.
but truly, they are wizards that can change their form into those animal forms.
Makes sense.
It's no different than like a druid being able to shift into an animal form
Wild
and polymorph.
form. Yeah.
I don't collect animal companions. I am my own animal companion.
On WoW, yes.
Yes, on work. Well, anytime I play druid, it's my usual line.
You don't collect mounts, you are the mount.
I am the mountain. Well, yeah, that's a whole other connotation there. I'm gonna get hit now.
I don't have reach, you do.
Yay.
Keep going towards Tony.
I'm just gonna be moving this way. Oh wow, look at that. Yankees are losing.
I know, it sucks.
But you know that's like that dips into mythology though, because you have these fantastical characters, these witches, druids, warlocks, all of this stuff coming out, just not even from sci-fi and fantasy literature, but from mythology. And the animal companion is kind of one of those things that just is talked about on a fairly regular basis. Egyptians worshiping cats, which did nothing for cat egos, I got to say. You know, and you know, having the faithful companion, you know, the king's hunting dogs, things like that. It's
the Batman's cow.
The Batman's what?
The Batman's cow.
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 Help
Bat
me.
cow.
Bat
Explain
cow.
that.
Help me. Where are you getting from this one from?
I was going off of your the huntsman's dog.
Oh,
so
I see.
The Batman's cow.
The Batman's cow.
Yes.
Still fired.
Bat cow.
What are some of the other like critters?
Supergirl had a horse.
Oh, did she really?
Comet the horse, but he was a human that was let's see. Described he was originally a centaur in ancient Greece named Byron. The witch Circe gave him a potion to turn him fully human after he prevented an evil sorcerer from poisoning her water, but by mistake made him fully horse instead due to the sentence didn't make sense to me.
Complications.
Yeah, complications. So Supergirl wound up having this horse as a companion.
Interesting. Was that back like in her original era, back in the 40s and 50s and stuff?
In the 50s and 60s. There was a whole legion of super pets that
really?
Tony, are you familiar with the 60s legion of super?
I am vaguely familiar of them.
It was Krypto?
It was Krypto, it was Ace, it was
no, Ace wasn't in the
Ace
original.
wasn't in it?
No.
Comet, Streaky, Krypto, and Beppo.
Beppo the monkey.
Mm-hmm.
He was somehow it turned out that Kal-El wasn't the only person or the only thing they sent from Krypton. It turns out they sent Krypto at some point before they sent Kal-El off to test rockets. Or it was Beppo the monkey. So they kept giving Superman like Ant and Superboy and Supergirl.
The super monkey from Krypton.
Yes. They had a test monkey.
What the heck is Prody?
Proddy was the in the 30th century there was the Legion of Superheroes.
Okay.
And they gave the Legion of Superheroes a Legion of Super Pets. And in fact, I have an original piece of artwork by Fernando Ruiz of the Legion of Super Pets with Comet and Krypto and Beppo and
Streaky.
Streaky the cat was Supergirl's cat, and Proddy was Chameleon Boy's protoplasm. It was like a glob of protoplasm that could shapeshift into anything you wanted.
Interesting.
So there was Proddy, and then Proddy got killed, and there was Proddy 2. Yep.
Another member of their race.
There's a good question. What defines a pet for a hero? I mean, because you can have a eukaryote as a super pet.
A what?
Eukaryote.
What's
Single-celled organism.
Oh, okay. Well, there you have it.
He went science on me.
He went sciencey. And is it something that's just? Is it a mandatory kind of a thing for superheroes to have some sort of a pet?
I think they gave Superman and Supergirl pets to make them more...
To humanize them a little bit?
Yeah, humanize them a little bit. Show that they had little animal friends.
Interesting.
You know what I find interesting?
So kids would enjoy the...
Relating to them better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Marvel didn't do a lot with pets, did they?
No.
Not really, no.
They had Spider-Ham, and that's about it.
He wasn't a pet, though. He was just
a
multiverse.
pig version of Spider-Man.
Peter Porker.
Voiced by John Mulaney.
Mulaney. God, John Mulaney's a great stand-up
He's
comic.
freaking hilarious. All right.
Is Walking Dead, did they ever have zombie dogs?
Well, they didn't have zombie dogs.
They had zombie pets, though.
How come?
Maybe I got the impression that the infection only affected humans, which would make sense because most infections that are of that type would only affect one organism.
Yeah.
I think Norman Reedus had basically, this might be urban legend, but I remember some sort of interview saying that they wanted to avoid, the budget was already tight in the early years of the show, so they wanted to avoid a lot of extra special effects. So they left dogs and stuff out of it because they were they were hard to work with, and they didn't want to incur the extra expense.
Yep.
So I think the reason you're not seeing zombie dogs in Walking Dead is just a matter of economic feasibility. However,
they did give Norman Reedus his own dog in the most recent season.
Oh, did they really?
Yes.
Is it a zombie dog?
No, it is not a zombie dog.
Okay.
It's just a dog, and that Norman Reedus' character Daryl has named Dog.
Dog the dog.
Dog the dog.
That's great.
Okay, there are a couple Marvel pets. The 7 most loyal pets in the Marvel universe.
Okay.
This was in April of 2019. Lockjaw.
Oh, Lockjaw.
Yeah.
From the Inhumans. All right, the teleporting dog.
Yep.
I
Then
forgot about him.
the next one is Bats.
I don't know that one.
The Marvel Universe is full of them. You don't have just Lockjaw, but Cosmo, Sassafras, Dogpool, and Bats, because every master of the mystic arts needs someone to scratch behind the ears every once in a while. It's mystical, whatever that's for Doctor Strange.
I forgot about Dogpool.
Dogpool.
Deadpool's dog.
Okay.
When Loki defeated Doctor Strange and became the new Sorcerer Supreme, Steven became a vet and good friends with a Talkat Basset Hound named Bats. Yeah. So then there was Lockheed.
Lockheed.
Lockheed
Please
Martin.
tell me his last name was Martin.
Yeah, there you go.
It was an alien dragon.
And who was
Kitty Pryde.
Oh, the pseudo dragon.
Saved by a purple dragon would be dubbed Lockheed.
Okay. The pseudo. I completely forgot about Kitty Pryde's little pseudo dragon.
Okay. Then in the movie it was Goose, but this is Chewie.
Okay.
The next loyal pet on our list,
Captain Marvel's cat.
Mm-hmm. The Flurkin.
The Flurkin. Penny Parker's psychic spider.
Right.
There's a devil dinosaur. Luna Lafayette, a.k.a. Moon Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Red Wing.
Oh, yeah. Red Wing is technically a pet.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Falcon's
Red Wing or
pet bird?
Falcon.
Yeah.
In the
Samuelson,
movies, it's a
AKA
robotic bird, but in the series, it's in the comics.
So
it's actually
there
a
you
real
go.
bird.
Marvel does have some.
That's
What's
amazing.
a flirk is a flirkin.
Is it?
And they always think that Rocket is a pet.
Yes, true.
Oh, yeah.
And Thor thinks that Rocket's a rabbit.
Okay, rabbits.
Are animal companions actually are they necessary? Are they important, or are they a distraction?
feel like it depends how you do it. I feel like they can add depth to the character, especially
some people can make a connection.
Yeah.
Well, like Billy was talking about, because you have these otherworldly creatures, Superman, Supergirl, Superboy, all the super family there, and they're all from another planet. So having the pets helps kind of humanize them a little bit and make them more relatable for that time period. Are they still doing in the comic books? Billy, are the super?
They've actually
family?
rebooted Ace the Bat Hound a couple times. Recently, there was a really good story, sort of an origin story for Ace, how he was a criminal, sort of abused dog.
Okay,
and Alfred wound up keeping it and training him.
Interesting.
To become Bruce Wayne's pet.
Okay,
and gave him to him as a Christmas present.
Huh.
And it's a really sweet story. Look up a story called Good Boy.
Good Boy?
Good Boy. It's a very good, short little Batman story.
Excuse me.
Ace's sort of rebooted origin story. And I really like that one. And I did have a question.
Yes.
It slipped my head. It slipped my brain. I may have to go back to it. Shoot. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Got distracted.
I mean, if we're also talking about other if we're talking about video game animals, there's plenty in there, like dog meat in the Fallout series.
Mm-hmm.
Who doesn't like dog meat? And
Baldur's Gate has that one barbarian with his mouse companion, Boo. Go for the eyes, Boo! Go for the eyes!
I love in Mass Effect they have Captain Shepard's gerbil, and in one of the DLCs,
oh yeah,
the evil version of Captain Shepard throws or Commander Shepard throws the gerbil into a garbage bin.
Oh jeez.
And the good Commander Shepard's like, they messed with my gerbil.
Yeah. They have to die now.
They have to die.
Isn't John Wick the whole thing based on his dog being killed?
Right. Because in the first movie, I'm not sure what's going on with the comic book series because I never followed it. But the premise of the first movie is that the son of the Russian gangster sees his car, wants the car, goes to steal the car, doesn't realize that it's actually John Wick. So breaks into the guy's house to steal the car. When John Wick responds to that, he gets his ass kicked. Well, the dog was just a puppy, gets in the way, so they killed the puppy. But what they don't know that you were finding out in the first few minutes is that the wife had just recently passed away from cancer and had the dog delivered as one final present, give him something to care for, something to keep connected to her. So he doesn't really care about the dog. He cares about what the dog represents. Mm-hmm. So here this kid comes along, steals his car, kills his dog. His dog is the only thing he had left of his wife. And that starts the whole series into motion.
So basically 3 movies based on the premise of
that puppy's not much fun.
Killed.
Yeah.
And the 3 movies are literally just months apart from or literally like weeks apart from each other.
Yeah, in screen time.
Yeah.
It's just this one basically, 5-6 hour sequence of you killed my dog, so now this I'm going to get you, and I want to get my car back, and I'm going to get you for killing my dog. And then he finds out that the kid is the son of the Uber boss that he had worked for so many years ago. So then it just spirals out of control. It just all because of a dead dog. So now, to be fair, somebody kills my dog, I'm going on a rampage.
There's a unwritten rule in Hollywood that you don't kill a dog.
No. I think there's even
you only
that's just the unwritten rule.
Yeah.
Isn't there a website out there saying thedoglives.com or something like that, where it basically tells you if the pets survive the story or not? Because some people were like, they could go see an action adventure movie, but if the dog is implied to have been killed or something like that, then it just trauma. So they don't want to see it, right? So there's a website out there. I can't remember the address off the top of my head, but it basically says, okay, the movie, yes, it has a dog. Yes, it survives. Here's this movie. Oh, there's a dog and a couple of cats. One of the cats gets it. Stuff like that to prepare people for the emotional trauma of us seeing the pet, biting it in the end or whatever the case may be.
Did you see The Shape of Water?
No, I did not.
Oh, so good. That movie is so good.
It is on my list of things I have to see.
The thing that made me saddest at one point, just because it was in his nature, the monster ate one of the main character's cats.
Oh, jeez.
And it made me sad. But even like the owner, well, that's what he does.
Yeah.
He didn't know. While they're trying to save the monster ate the cat. And it made me say, no, please don't eat the cat.
That's my cat.
He ate the cat.
Here's one going back in time.
Okay.
Battle Cat
From He-Man?
from He-Man.
Oh, right. The scaredy cat that turns into...
Cowardly Cringer, who's also Prince Adam's pet tiger, but he serves as the mount for the brave and brawny He-Man, Battle Cat. Cringer is lazy, oversleeps, and overeats and sleeps constantly. He's about as brave as a mouse. But when Prince Adam transforms into He-Man, Cringer becomes the mighty Battle Cat, fighting alongside He-Man with all the bravery in the universe. By the power of Grayskull!
Da-da-da.
Sorry.
Do they add pets to humanize characters? Or because people identify with characters with pets? Like even the Flintstones had Dino.
Yeah. I'd say it's to normalize, humanize.
Yeah.
I think that's to give you that connection. Maybe it'll help people envision themselves in the story sometimes because, you have a pet or you long to have a pet. Or this is something you've been wanting to have a pet. Now this cool character that you like to watch has a pet and you can kind of see yourself in the story because it'd be great to have a pet like that.
Life.
Art imitates life, stuff like that. Yeah, I'd wonder if that's maybe a nuance of it. What do you think, Tone?
Yeah, I would say so. I feel like an animal in the story automatically makes you like the character more, especially if it's...
Well, what if it's Blofeld in the James Bond series and his damn white fluffy cat?
But does the look of that cat showcase the evil? Because that cat does look like a bad guy.
Yeah.
It accentuates even the bad guy.
It's almost like part of his outfit. In that case, the cat is almost like part of the ensemble.
Yeah.
Well, even in the cat in Inspector Gadget was the companion of the
Claw.
The Claw. The cat was always trying to go after Brain.
But there's the thing: cats are evil, dogs rule. Sorry, Tone.
See,
sorry, Billy.
This has gone badly.
I know. Wait a
Are
minute.
you firing Chris?
Stranger things have happened.
See the movie Cats versus Dogs.
That was a funny movie. I did see that one.
And the revenge, Cats versus Dogs 2, the revenge of Kitty Galore.
Kitty galore.
Kitty Galore.
They should have gone all in on that one. I'm just saying they should have gone in all in that one.
So I have both of them, but yeah, it's
The luckiest cat in all of science fiction. I don't remember the cat's name.
Spot? They even gave Data a cat.
Alien. Ripley's cat and Alien. Jonesy the cat and Alien. Luckiest cat in science fiction history because that cat could have gotten eaten several times. Managed to survive and survived the blowing up of the Nosferatu. Or the Nostromo, excuse me. I always get my noses all...
Nosferatu, isn't that like a vampire?
Yeah, that's Nostromo, Nosferatu, it's, I get my noses all in a twist. Get them all backwards. But yeah, survived. That's the badass character of the whole movie.
But then it's like you have so going with that, are the cats portrayed as evil in all of the...
Not always,
but
I think they get the reputation because they're so
like Austin Powers.
Going back to the Middle Ages, cats were always viewed as like a demonic creature.
Well, they can be so capricious. That's the thing about a cat is they have their own personality. They have their own way of looking at the world. The Egyptians worship them as gods, and that was genetic race memory was handed down through all the cats that have ever been born since. Where they're like, yeah, I am a god. You must worship me. But dogs are too clueless to understand any better.
Now, have you guys ever heard of or seen a movie called The Secret Life of Walter Mitty?
No, but it's a story.
There was a remake recently. Ben Stiller played Walter Mitty.
Yeah.
Who was the original one?
Danny Kaye.
And
it's based on a James Thurber series of stories.
I'm familiar with them. I don't think I've ever seen either of the versions, though.
Okay, it's about a guy who daydreams that he's adventurous, that he's heroic, and I bring this up because...
He has a very boring life.
Yeah. And I bring this up because in the 70s, when I was a kid, there was a cartoon series. Only ran for one season. I just had to Google it. But I loved it. I watched it. The Secret Life of Waldo Kitty.
Okay.
And the wraparound had a live-action cat who would get chased by a dog and then run and hide and then daydream and turn into a cartoon version of Waldo where he was Catman, a cat version of Batman, the Lone Kitty, a version of the Lone Ranger, or what was the Sheriff of Sherwood, where he was a Robin Cat.
Okay,
And
so it's almost like
and Tyrone was the evil bulldog who was like the bad guy in all the stories.
It reminds me of like Wishbone from like the 90s.
yeah. I was also thinking of Blackadder, where it's the same character but finding himself in different situations, different personalities. But
They even have an episode of The Secret Life of Waldo Kitty, Cat Trek.
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
In a parody of Star Trek, Waldo and his friends aboard a spaceship which is being actively watched and followed by a spaceship named Tyronius.
Yeah, because Tyrone was the bad guy.
Ah.
So now
That's
I want to
cool,
see
though.
if this
I
show
like
is
that.
available on DVD, even though I'm sure it's terrible.
I'm sure it's terrible, but I want to watch it.
The 6 or 7 year old me, 10-year-old me, had absolutely no taste, but now I want to know if it's available.
It was on a limited line of budget VHS tapes.
Oh, well. I'll never see Waldo Kitty again.
I'm sure if you look hard enough, it's on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Oh, probably.
Do you guys have a favorite animal in any like spread across all of fiction, comic strips, comic books, TV, movies, regular fiction books, nonfiction books, in life, real? Across all of it. Do you have like a favorite,
I
a
really
particular
like
animal that sticks out?
Krypto.
Krypto, the
I love
super dog.
Krypto. If
Is
he's
he
in
more
a
than just
comic book,
decoration? Is he has like stuff that he does on his own?
They gave him his own series of stories where he'd romp through space and help people, or he was like in the Superman family comics that I've been collecting, there was a series of Krypto stories where he was almost like the Fugitive, where he wandered the earth, the guy in Kung Fu, and
Kane.
helped other dogs or
Okay.
people, and I always got a kick out of Krypto.
That's great. That's great. How about you, Tone?
Ace the Bat Hound.
Ace the Bat Hound. All
I
right.
love Ace the Bat Hound. I see references to him all the time in like games I play, and because I've been playing a lot of Batman recently. So I think it's great. It's I'm very biased at the moment because I've been playing a lot of Batman and reading a lot of Batman recently. So
you have a little more exposure to that particular character.
yeah, at the moment.
How about you, Tanya?
She hates animals.
No,
I knew
I
it.
don't.
You hate animals.
Peter's going to start writing letters now.
Okay. We got a letter. Yay.
People eating tasty animals.
I don't think I would say that I have a favorite that jumps out at me because, I mean, as I said, I didn't watch comics, and I didn't watch comics. I didn't watch comics, and I didn't read them either.
Did Supernatural have any animals?
From time to time, one would pop through.
But I don't think it was like a true pet.
Does
No.
Mark Harmon have a dog? Does Jeremy Renner have a dog?
Well, Jeremy Renner actually does have a dog. Yeah.
I'm going to flip Billy off.
You flip Billy off. That's amazing.
I'm drawing a blank.
I like how you did mention earlier, Billy, Data's cat Spot,
Yeah.
which I thought was hilarious.
Oh, I'm going to have to go Porthos.
Captain Archer's prize beagle.
I love that. I love that dog.
You know what happens when you eat cheese? It's bad.
Either that or the annoying little tribbles.
Oof.
Those were like pets. But
Get
they
your
were
tribbled spayed and neutered.
It's
No,
too
so
late.
I'm
They're born pregnant.
I definitely would have to go Porthos for Captain Archer's dog.
Okay. Beagles are cute.
They're adorable. Those were the ones that we had growing up. When I was growing up, we had beagles that are
Tough to train, I've noticed. I've heard
They
about.
were hunting dogs.
They were hunting, yeah.
My dad had 2 hunting dogs.
Yeah.
Hammer and Murphy. And then we had Tessie.
Tessie.
Yeah, Tessie was the were-beagle.
I have a herding dog.
Yes.
She's not a hunting dog. She's a working animal. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's funny to see her gather all of her toys and put them in one spot. It's like, wow, that's really happening. That's kind of neat. For me, Opus the penguin from Bloom County. That's my spirit animal right there.
That's a great call.
The hefty-nosed penguin. I have a stuffed penguin. I have a stuffed Opus that my mom gave me when I was 16. It's one of my prized possessions. It's still sitting on my bookcase at home.
That's right. There's a whole bunch of animals in comic strips with Ruff the dog, Dennis the
Heathcliff.
Menace's dog,
Garfield.
Garfield.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of good.
Yeah, we did
Animals.
comics, not comic strips.
Yeah,
Wow.
but there's plenty of good ones.
So tell us what your favorite critter is. Let us know. Fire us off a tweet, make a reply, do something along those lines, and let us know what your favorite critter is, and we'll have a little talk about that. So quick break, and then when we come back, we'll wrap some stuff up for the week.
Our portion sizes. You ever travel to Europe? They don't give you anything. They don't give you anything. In America, they give you, they bring you, you need some more food. We're the only country that, I just read this statistic, this is unbelievable. America's pets, 30% of our pets are overweight. Everybody knows we have a child obesity problem, which is a real serious problem. We have a pet obesity problem. You're 30% of it. You know anybody who's got like a fat cat or dog? That's crazy when half the world is starving. We have cats that are like... We have dogs and cats that... And you know that it's literally happened that a fat dog or a cat has been sitting there fat, and the TV comes on, and Christian was talking about those, third world country, the kids you sponsor. You know that D-list celebrity comes on, like, please, for 15 cents a day. And literally, this is happening. There's a giant animal going, I'm not going to act out what the animal's thinking because that would be too contrived, but it's not contrived to imagine that a fat animal is in front of a TV. Think about it. You know that there's a fat, right now in America, there's a giant animal sitting there going,
Do you want to be part of this insanity? We would love for you to be part of this insanity. Several ways to be part of the insanity. Message us. Let's get a conversation going. Hit us on Twitter, hit us on Instagram, hit us on Facebook. Say, hey, you guys should talk about such and such a situation. I love the way you talked about this particular thing in episode 123. We will go ahead and have those discussions with you. And if you suggest a great topic, not only will we probably create a podcast around it, but we may even invite you into the studio to join us on it.
Why don't you just record it and send it to us?
There, too. You can do that. We'll just fit you right in.
That'd be awesome.
They can
Make our
record
job
an
easier.
intro.
They could. Yeah, you could record an intro right along with Becca and Andy and Monk and who else did one?
I did
one. And Tony did one.
Chris.
And I did one, yes. I won't talk about that, though. So, yeah, record an intro, hang out with us, and let us know what you're thinking about what we do on the podcast. If you're interested in sponsoring us, as always, we talk about this all the time. Email sponsors@fc3roc.org. We have several levels, and we could even customize some stuff for you, and our Patreon blog with James Irish's video game blog. There's some fiction pieces popping up now. Chrissy Harding's working on some stuff. I've been working on some stuff. There's going to be more to the Patreon as that goes, but several levels available. Now I have to take a moment of everybody's time while I try to find what the question of the friggin' week was.
What is your favorite item of geeky clothing?
There it is. Hey, Tony.
Yeah.
What is your favorite piece of geeky clothing that you own, and what makes it so interesting and fun or significant for you?
So my girlfriend got me a Star Wars T-shirt with like the printout from the original Empire Strikes Back poster.
Oh, cool. Oh,
Yeah.
I like it.
I wear it all the time. I'm not wearing it currently.
No.
But
It's got to be washed from time to time.
Oh yeah.
We appreciate that.
But yeah, I wear it all the time.
Nice.
And it's my favorite, probably because my girlfriend got it for me.
Aw, that's very sweet. How about you, Billy Bill?
I actually brought show and tell.
Did you? You wearing it now?
No.
It's
actually,
not a
no.
cloud.
No, I'm actually wearing a Galactus Silver Surfer shirt. But
Nice.
as you guys know, I have two just huge bins filled with geeky T-shirts.
Oh, yeah.
So I looked through them. Which one's my favorite? Well, I like this one. And then I realized my favorite piece of geeky clothing, and I have a few of them.
Uh-huh.
Bye, Tony. He's got to go.
All right. See you, Tony. We'll catch you next week.
Oops. I got to set my
Microphone down.
Happy birthday to Tony's grandma, by the way.
Hopefully your keyboard doesn't fall on the floor.
I have a couple pairs of sneakers.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That
Geeky sneakers.
What's going on with your microphone?
My microphone's
It's gone limp.
broken. I better stand up. There, that's better.
There we go.
2 pairs of Kevin Smith sneakers.
Really?
I've actually got more than that.
Those are Kevin Smith's actual... He has worn those.
No, he hasn't worn these. In 2011, 2012, Etnies put out a line of Clerk sneakers.
Really?
Limited edition. Got a pair.
That's cool.
Has Clerks on the side.
And I can tell you've been wearing them.
And on the inside, there's Jason Mewes on the inside. Here, we'll do this. And I interrupt this because your technical wizard here, Billy, is a real jerk.
No,
it's not.
something happened over
My
there.
microphone,
Seriously.
we mentioned the drooping microphone. It actually stopped the recording, so we missed some magic. So let's try and recreate it.
Hey, we're good at
Well,
that sort
hey,
of
maybe your
We
wife
are.
won't kill you now.
We are trained to
I'm
press.
still going to mention, but we were talking about my clerk sneakers.
Yes.
Had Jane Silent Bob. Also have 3 pairs of sneakers.
Now, what's the significance of smeek?
Sneakers.
Sneakers.
Kevin Smith has Smodcast.
Oh, okay.
Him and his partner, Scott Mosier, his producing partner, put out a pair of sneakers in 2012. I got 3 pairs. I have the well-worn ones that are basically in rags that I still do yard work in. I have a pair that got so ratty, threw them away. And I still have an unopened box, brand new sneakers in my house that I want to bring and have Kevin Smith sign someday if I ever meet him. Because last year when I met him, I forgot to bring him with me to New Jersey.
Well, then we're just going to have to bring him in.
And
Bring him in so he can visit
We're
with
going to
us.
start the email process now.
There you go.
I really want him to see that I still have a pair of sneakers because I've looked on eBay. They just don't exist anymore.
They don't exist anywhere.
It was a limited edition run. I wound up with 3 pairs of them and 2 still with me. And I really want to have Kevin see that I have them.
That is cool.
And while I was talking about the sneakers, it occurred to me that maybe I should mention my Batman wedding ring.
You think?
As my favorite. So, Susan, I love you as I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
So maybe
'Cause that is
not
completely
the sneakers,
badass.
But I have my wedding ring is very nerdy too.
That's
It's got the little
awesome.
bat signal on it, and Susan has one like that. So that's my favorite, not the sneakers.
Not the sneakers. The Batman wedding ring. How about you, Tanya?
I don't think I can top that now.
No, then it's not about topping it though.
No.
It's just about what's important to you.
My favorite, as Billy brought show and tell in today, so did I.
Did you?
I
Was it
did.
that you're wearing your favorite T-shirt?
My favorite T-shirt. I do have other nerdy, geeky T-shirts at home, but my absolute favorite one is my Rogue and Gambit X-Men T-shirt that I bought.
A couple for the ages.
Whenever we did the very first superhero at the Strong Museum, where our table was right next to the theater,
Right, I remember that one.
and Kelsey was dressed up as the Wii remote.
Yes, because then we had the 2 Emilys that were doing Anna and Elsa from Frozen.
So that was the year that I bought the T-shirt from Think Geek because I didn't necessarily have a superhero T-shirt. So this one counted for me for superheroes.
So it's your first one.
It was I think I had like maybe a Star Trek or a Star Wars T-shirt,
But
Star
nothing
Trek.
like superhero-y.
Right.
ish.
So therefore, I looked and looked and looked, and I saw it, and I'm like, oh, I love it. I love the fit of it. It's comfy. It's well worn. It was black. It's now like more of like the
Faded black.
Faded black.
Having been through the washing machine several
Yes,
times black.
and the silk screening, you know how it starts cracking
Yeah.
and things like that. So it's well loved. I had it on, I think, last week for that multimedia meeting.
I remember it.
And then, of course, I had to make sure I had it washed. I wore it at least once to work over the summer.
Nice.
And one of my kids is like, hey, I'm like, yeah, it's one of my favorites. So I think I need another one.
That's cool. So we got sneakers and we've got T-shirts.
No wedding ring, Chris.
No
Wedding
rings.
ring.
Wedding ring. Sneakers, wedding ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
you?
bet I'm gonna go out on a limb, but I want to say yours is. I tried to guess this morning if it was your Doctor Who hoodie, and you said no, it's not the hoodie, but it's the right fandom.
Right fandom, wrong garment.
It took me 3 tries, so I went hoodie, I went T-shirt, and you're like, nope, but you're in the right fandom, and then I hit it,
Yep.
and it's your
My scarf.
scarf.
I like many other Doctor Who fans. I have a Tom Baker scarf. Mine is 19 feet long from tassel to tassel. The thing that makes it most significant for me is that my mom knitted it for me. You know, and as I've said on several occasions in previous places and previous
She doesn't
episodes,
understand it.
My mom doesn't get a lot of fandom. She doesn't understand the world as
But
much
we
as
still love her.
She is so with it though. She just loves the fact that I love it. And I think I was my sophomore year of college. It was a summertime between sophomore and junior year. And that scarf represents every Yankee game that she watched because she would sit down and she would just knit while she was watching the baseball
she was
game.
a Yankees fan.
Oh, my mom's a diehard Yankees fan. Yeah, absolutely. But she knitted it out for me. And it was actually the second scarf that she had knitted for me. The first one, she found a pattern in a Doctor Who magazine. And the thing ended up like 11 feet long and a foot wide. And I still have it in a Foot Locker somewhere stashed away. But she was never quite satisfied with it because of the way it folded up and fit me because It wasn't long enough. It didn't look right. And then the fact that it was so wide kind of like threw her off. So she turned around and unbeknownst to me, she started making the next one. And
Wow.
and it's 7 or 8 inches wide instead of a full foot wide, and then 19 feet long from tassel tip to tassel tip.
That's cool.
So yeah, and that's
really, it's made of love.
It is. It really is. I mean, I think it means that much more to me because my mom made it, and she goes, "Never, don't tell people that." She's so embarrassed the fact that she actually made it. She goes, "Don't tell people who made that." I'm like, "No, Mom, I'm
No,
telling
that's
everybody who
cool.
freaking made it."
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
And actually, one other thing, not my favorite because my wedding ring or my sneakers are my favorite, but I think it's cool that this podcast has merch. And I've got the hoodie with the 3 monkeys that represent us. We have our own merch.
We have our own merch.
The fact that I have a sweatshirt for the podcast that
That's one
I'm
of my
part
favorite
of,
sweatshirts.
and have a monkey that represents me reading a comic book.
Yep.
And the person that created the logo, Candace, didn't know any of us.
Had not met either.
Didn't know our fandoms.
Nope.
In fact, your monkey's wearing a scarf, isn't
It is.
it?
It
Didn't
really
know
is.
our favorite fandoms. Yours has a comic book. Chris's has the Doctor Who scarf.
And yours has
I have the Princess Leia
buns.
buns and the lightsabers.
That was
And
uncanny how well she nailed us without even getting to know us at all.
So,
It was amazing. Our merch is growing. You can find a lot of it on Amazon. I know there's a Nerd World News T-shirt now out there. I know that the Monkey Business podcast stuff is going online. If not already, it's going to be soon. So you too can have a little taste of the Mighty Monkey Corporation. And Simmy the monkey, the Mighty Monkey herself. So that's cool. We got a lot of cool trinkets, and I can't. The one good thing about cold weather is I get to wear my Doctor Who scarf. That's basically.
I can wear this in cold weather too.
You can wear that. Layers.
I can have
layers.
this and my Monkey Business hoodie on.
I look really weird when I'm trumping around in the middle of January with a 19-foot long scarf on, or in the middle of July with a 19-foot long scarf on.
Fandom.
Not when it's 90 degrees out. So anyway, that's good for a week. I think we're done for the week.
I think so. And remember, we're taking a hiatus.
And we're taking a couple of weeks off, so we'll see you towards the end of August. We'll be back again in a couple of weeks. We're having our midsummer hiatus, and this has been Monkey Business. You can follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, follow us wherever we go, and we will lead you to where the entertainment is. Have a great couple of weeks. We miss you soon. We'll see you sooner.
Wow, that's nice.
You like that one?
Yeah.
Dun, dun.